dysfunctional vet. This is a mighty mule controller for a gate. If you look over here, here is the gate articulation. This is to tie into the pole, and then this pin can be moved around to various locations to help adjust the gate. Now yesterday this thing wasn't working right. The old one had gone bad. The yard man had put a new system in and it wasn't working, and so he called me to ask me to come over and fix it. And this is what I'm going to go over. For this thing to work properly, there needs to be 6 to 8 inches between the arm and this piece when it's extended. You can achieve that by moving this articulating piece here, and this is the articulation for the gate itself. But you can do this by moving this piece and or by physically taking the gate and moving it out. Now, the arm extends out, and if you need to extend it a little further or a little shorter when you're aligning this thing up, you just turn the arm and that will screw it in or out. Now, while I have never taken one of these apart, it's my understanding that it has 2 mechanisms inside of it. One, it has a pressure switch, which I'm going to talk about in just a moment. And the other thing is it also has a device which counts the number of revolutions that this arm is making as it is extending out. Now, I was under the impression that this thing used a strain gauge and measured the pressure, which in part it does, but at the same time it also uses an indirect measuring system where it counts the revolutions that this thing made. Now, it's my understanding that this motor turns and it has a little gear with a counter on it, and it counts out and then it counts back. It's indirect measurement as opposed to exact measurement, which is done with ultrasonic sensors. And this is essentially a robot arm. Safety note here, robots in industry kill lots of people, usually when they defeat the safeties. So let's look at the inside of the box. At the bottom of the panel, you have an alarm, an on-off switch, which these yellow wires follow. You're supposed to have a gland packing here, but there isn't one. And then you have these gland packings here. This gland packing is for the driveway sensor. This gland packing brings the power from the battery, which hooks into this black and red wire here, and power from the solar panel, which hook into this blue and red and blue wires up here. These wires right here are either the count, if the mechanism in the arm is counting, or it's a strain gauge. I believe that it's a high probability that this may be both a strain gauge and a counter, and I'm not going to get into how that works right now. But then you have a power cord, which is the red and the yellow, and this is a shielded cable, and it goes to the negative. And then you have a blue wire that comes over here to exit, and then you have a black wire that comes over here to common. And this is the tuned circuit. You know about reluctance and reactance in a tuned circuit. Don't need to teach you about that. But that's how that works. It's a tuned circuit. When I opened this thing up, everything was all wired in here incorrectly and messed up. There were pieces of stuff that had been spliced. It was a real mess. It took me about 1 hour to figure out what had been done and to undo it and get it correct. So let's move over and let's look at the solar panels. Oh, one last thing. There are 3 buttons, here, here, and here. If you want to extend the gate, you press this one and this one, and when it beeps, then you use this top button right up here to extend the gate out. And once you have it where you want it, then you press this button and it locks the position. You press this button and this button again until it beeps. Then you press this one until it's open to where you want it, and then you press this. If you want to increase the pressure with which it is closing, you touch this button and this button at the same time until it beeps, and it will continue to add pressure each time you do it. You have a low, a medium, and a high, according to the man that I talked to on the phone yesterday when I was trying to figure out why something wasn't working. Right here, well, you have these dip switches, and inside the book it tells you what the settings are, and then right here you have a potentiometer. You have to turn that thing extremely careful because it's very easy to break, but this delays how long the gate is either opened or closed. So now let's look at the solar panels. Here is a solar panel, and here we have the angle, and as you can see, we're at 92 degrees, which means that we are literally, well, we're at 88 degrees. So we are literally set for the North Pole up here on this one. It's angled too much. This one right here is set at 43. Yeah, this one is set at 44 degrees, and we are closer to about 31 degrees. So this one is way too steep as well. I'm going to talk to the yard man, and then we're going to worry about moving these over to another location right over here by this birdhouse. Over here by this birdhouse, so it'll get more sunlight. This kind of concludes this little info on the Mighty Max, the Mighty Mule gate opener. Remember one thing, a lot of the stuff that's in these manuals are based on a plug-and-play system, and I had to call the guy to find out why things weren't working, and he had to give me these different codes to unlock stuff, because this thing, because of the way it had been wired up, I guess it caused it to lose part of its programming. I'm guessing, I don't know for sure. But I have it up and running, and that's it. Dysfunctional vet out.